Greetings. My name is Michael Miller. This is a Michael Miller trademark training video live on YouTube. Out to you because you're watching. Thank you and welcome. It's meant for Michael Miller Pilates licensed affiliates, the Corner Core, and anyone seeking to survive and thrive as a Pilates instructor. Just one title on my broadcast today, and it's a small comment about long arms. That's the title of it. It's long arms. And so the two exercises that I would reference you to is horseback on the ladder barrel and teaser on the low chair. Insofar as something that I see now becoming more and more frequent is an expression of reaching out through long arms and then bending at the elbows. In the case of teaser on a short box, it might be to stay in plane and close to the center and control that the elbows are being bent. There's a lot of reasons for everything. And as an instructor, how I would interact with seeing a student in that pattern of, say, horseback on the ladder barrel, and you come up and some kind of elbow bending happens in there. In the reach out away from the body, it's eccentric, it's away from center, right? It's elongating, it's stretching. And my energy as an observer, my observing, when I see those elbows bend, I get distracted by some articulation at the joint that is a retraction of the energy from the reach out. Just the way it feels to me. And I am much more comfortable in my body reaching out long, arms long, for the line and the energy of the reach, than to drop sail or compress, come towards center in the bending of the elbow. That, to me, that can be an expression that leads into the control of long arms staying long, and energetically as an observer, it always seems to diminish the energy of the reach out in this abrupt bending of elbows to go somewhere with the arm. In the reach out, I like to try to hold the reach out, and that's the issue of control. Because in the bend you bring weight closer to center, so it's easier to control, which is all fine and dandy, but in expression of the effort and an ideal in the effort, I think would have arms, in my expression of the ideal, has arms that reach and stay long. You know, as wide as they have to clear. Maybe it's because in some chairs there's poles nearby, and you got to bring your arms through the poles. If that equipment isn't there, A longer arm is a different expression. So, as an instructor, I would see something as beautiful as I've seen lately on social media, and then after that expression was over, I would say, okay, as the instructor, and that's why I'm here, I see what you do, and I'd like to show you something different. Not better or not worse, but definitely different than the way you're doing it, right? And hopefully, that's not too insulting that a different way might exist. And if that's really insulting, you're in trouble in terms of fitting into the point of view of your student. Not that you can't handle it, but that's a pretty stringent thing. All right. And that was my point. My ending point was that as an instructor, when you want to introduce something done, more than just tweaked or a little bit different, but a different way, introduce it, or actually ask if they're willing to try something different. Not better or worse. Don't try to present it as better or worse. And your job as an instructor is to, whatever this other way is, to make it sensational and in some way make it distinctive compared to what they've already done. It's worse and they hate it, or it's better and they love it, or it's the same thing, just approached in a different way. Distinction matters, and empowerment of that distinction within your student is the target. Life can't live forever. Read between the lines, see behind the curtain, add to and to, direct your thinking. Geist.